So, hi Peter, welcome back again once more.
Hi Ashish, thank you for having me back.
It's
How's
been
things?
our third, yeah, it's great. It's been our third edition of this podcast series right now.
Absolutely,
So, it was been a quite a journey actually from where we started, and now the questions I'm getting on social media are, people are getting more and more interested in Zoho Creator actually. They're asking more questions now to me.
absolutely. Me as well. This is how it all starts. People try to inquire. Before you know
Yeah,
it, they're perhaps a user, or they're implementing something on Zoho Creator. That,
exactly.
yes, absolutely.
Nice, nice. So, one thing I was just going through my comments and I see a question that was, I think I should ask that immediately as possible. That's why I asked you to connect if possible today. So that question was, why Soho Creator is cost effective when it comes to application development? Because most of the business budget is the very really important thing for them, and cost of developing a new application can sometimes go over the budget which they have set. So what do you think? What is your opinion on this matter?
Absolutely. It's a very good question, and there's a variety of opinion. But let's start off with by saying that when you want a business software, when you get a business software, it's not really the development cost that you think of paying upfront that gets you. It's also a variety of costs. Like it's a multitude of costs. This includes owning it, maintaining it, upgrading it, changing it as you evolve. So there's a lot of things that go into the application. Now, from a standpoint of a normal business that just wants a basic CRM, just wants an operational app built on Zoho Creator, for instance. They just want that application. They're not aware of that they need security, they need upgrading, they need this, they need that. The cost goes up quite a lot. So when it comes to Zoho Creator, that's where sort of Creator handles everything. Creator is quite compliant in that aspect, and it reduces the owning, maintaining, upgrading it significantly. So when we look at traditional development, you need a front end developer. You need somebody to create a UI for you. You need a back end developer, so somebody to create the functions, the logics, and also map it into the front end. Then you need sometimes you could even have a larger team that require testers, database guys, to run the queries, to push certain views out there. But when it comes to Zoho Creator, you just need a basic standard, or you just need somebody who can code on Deluge and who has a bit of front end skill, obviously, and they can handle the whole show. They can integrate, they can map, they can do everything all at once. So you don't need a full team. What could have been a team can be reduced to a couple of people where they can just integrate and build the app from ground up quite fast. Now, in this business environment, we don't waste time on traditional development. We try and we push out applications as soon as possible, because when a business comes to us, not only that they come to us, they generally have a problem. So the thing about Zoho Creator is like it's like Superman, or like Batman. You don't find Batman out in the streets during the daytime when there's no crime. You find him out in the night when there's an issue. So the same thing with Zoho Creator. It's come to solve issues. People are using Zoho Creator because maybe their their operations are not handled properly. They can't keep track of things. There's nobody accountable for a particular subset of jobs that they might be handling. So this is where Zoho Creator comes in, and we just need a couple of people just to handle the application and deploy it as soon as possible, so that we can make their operations right. So we don't need a full team of people, because there's a lot that goes into it: cloud hosting, security configurations, backup systems, bug fixes, version upgrades, downtime, performance optimization, security patches. I could go on, but obviously we don't need that right now. Build it, deploy it, make a certain business happy over there. Okay, so it's basically turns out into a one-time cost, and obviously the Zoho Creator license that handle take care of everything, and you're good to go. So also when it comes to the Zoho Creator development, when it comes to developing a Zoho Creator application, um, there's a lot of things that go into the development, but quite simple. There's already predefined forms, workflows, user roles, reports, and automations. So we don't have to always build things from scratch. These things are already defined, and if you're coming to an experienced partner like such as ourselves, all of these are already defined over there. So you don't usually reinvent a wheel. You don't need a large team. You don't need a multitude of specialists. If you have some of these forms, workflows already created, you can just utilize it and set up relatively quickly. So you can see a working prototype relatively quickly, and customers can get a hand-on experience before even utilizing the app, before even fully going live with the application. So, faster delivery means faster return on investment. Everything, like I said earlier in my earlier podcast, everything is an investment. If you're taking Zoho Creator as an investment in the company, and you hope that it pays off in the years to come. But we all like faster returns on our investment. If you go with traditional development, it's not that it'll fail. It will succeed. It might take some time. It might take some trial and error. But the discrepancy is the return on investment, the time that we take to return on investment. Instead of paying for months, or instead of waiting for months, you can wait in a couple of weeks to have a working application. Coming back to my point again, reduce infrastructure and maintenance cost. We don't need physical servers. Security can be managed. Backups can be done. Performance can be monitored. We don't need an additional layer of all of this. We don't need servers. We don't need maintenance. It's all handled and accounted by Zoho, and obviously the partner who is accountable for managing the Zoho Creator application. So there's no management fee. There's no hosting bills, no DevOps team. It's all good to go. So also one more thing that I like to touch upon is the low cost of change and scalability. In this environment, in this business environment, it can be a bit volatile. Example, we got introduced to corporate tax this year. Maybe, hopefully not. Tax could increase, tax could decrease. So Zoho is already in compliant with the environment, or compliant with the laws of UAE, or rather in the MENA region, depending on which country you're in. UAE's Zoho is already in compliant with them. So if there's any process change or anything that changes in the law, it's automatically applied in your accounts, for example, or your HR system. These rules and regulations are automatically applied. They automatically pull from there and applied away. So you can always be compliant. You don't have to have the development team step in, change everything from scratch. We don't know what changes where. Over here, everything is centralized and it changes very, very quickly. Whether your business grows, whether your business decreases, hopefully growth. We don't wait on reduce server loads or anything. It automatically adapts to the number of users that you have in your application. So this is where you need to look at when you're going into Zoho Creator. This is where the real value lies in, that you already have an application that is evolving itself while you use it as well. So it's not traditional where it's static. It's more like dynamic involvement. So in traditional development, each change can cost money, but over here it's compliance is always free. It's always good to be compliant. I feel that Zoho Creator and any Zoho application that matter always aligns with the compliance of the business as well. So again, just going to touch down on this. Long-term ownership costs is also something that we need to look at. Don't look at somebody giving an application for you for less, or it could be a lot of issues that could come up in the future. But the long-term ownership you need to look at. Lower development costs. If you have to expand or you need to develop new functionalities, it's relatively easily. Lower maintenance costs. You're not paying any maintenance costs. It's all covered, or it's all included in the license as well. Lower change management costs. Predictable subscription pricings are very transparent. They're online. You know exactly what you're paying for. There is no additional service fee. There's no application fee. There's no any of these fees that can come in. You know exactly what you're paying for, and you can go for it. So it's really good. For if you, it's especially valuable for CFOs and founders who need to control long-term technology spending. So it's really good for them. And this, I just want to give a closing takeaway that Zoho Creator is not more reasonable because it cut corners. It's more reasonable because it removes unnecessary complexity. That's why it's a bit more reasonable than traditional development. It reduces the development effort, eliminates infrastructure costs, minimizes ongoing maintenance, and lowers the cost of change. That's why Zoho Creator is not just a development tool, it is a cost efficient platform for building and running business applications. So, yep, that's it on me, Ashish. I hope I've been very descriptive.
Like,
You can
yeah,
definitely.
really descriptive, Peter. I think most of my listeners would appreciate that answer. And great with the Batman analogy. Everyone will easily understand what you mean. Okay. So it was a really great answer. Really nice talking to you, Peter. Hopefully we can meet again and continue this conversation.
Thank you, Ashish. Anytime. Thank you. And
Thank you,
thank you,
Peter.
viewers as well. Thank you. Take care. Bye.